The coldest air of the season by far is going to come blasting through over the next couple of days. What's going on, guys? Certified meteorologist Jonathan Kagas with you. In this video, we are going to pinpoint that Arctic blast as it arrives late this week, early into the weekend, and that is going to set the stage for one of the coldest games in NFL history to be played this weekend. We're going to talk about the cold NFL history. You know the Ice Bowl. You know what that one's about. This one not going to be close to there, but it's going to be very, very close to the top five. We're going to break that down. Of course, that is Miami and Kansas City. And then another round of severe weather. We're going to kind of talk about the end of the story first, and then the how it happens, how that cold gets here. And that's going to be because of a bigger system bringing the chance for more severe weather to the south and more snow to the colder side of things. Hey, if you want to stay updated on all things weather, hit that subscribe button for me as we venture through what is going to be a cold and stormy next couple of weeks. There we go. Fast forwarding out to Saturday nights into early Sunday morning. Again, the kickoff for the football game, Dolphins at Chiefs, 7:30. There's all the purple. Now, what we're looking at here, this is the temperature departure from normal. So we're getting to be the climatologically coldest part of the year across most of the country. When you see temperature anomalies in that 30-ish degree below normal range, you know it is going to be cold. I'll have those temperatures coming up and what they could actually feel like in a few minutes, what they'll actually be. In terms of the game, though, look at this. It's such a shame, if you're a Dolphins fan, that they just not take care of business and win the division. They let it slip away, and now instead of playing at Miami, they're going to have to go on the road to frozen Kansas City. Kickoff temperatures just about 1 degree above zero. Look at the wind chill, 17 below by 7. We're staying at around 17 degrees below zero by 9 o'clock. Actual air temperatures continue to hover right around 1 degree above zero. By 11 o'clock, as the game is wrapping up and fans are going home, 4 degrees below zero. That's the actual air temperature. Wind chill at about 20 degrees below zero. So again, this blast of cold means business, and this one is going to be fun to watch from the heat, from the warmth of your easy chair out there. So it's going to be close. I don't think we get into the top five with this, as we'll likely see kickoff temperatures hover just above zero, but we're going to be just outside the top five here. Of course, number one, the Ice Bowl. This is the one at Lambeau Field, Dallas versus Green Bay, December 31st, 1967. Actual air temperature at kickoff, 13 below. Look at that wind chill, 48 below zero. San Diego versus Cincinnati, January 10th, 1982. Remember that one? 9 degrees below zero at kickoff. The wind chill, 59 degrees below zero. The wind chill equation was a little bit different back then, so it's likely not that cold, but it was still really, really cold, of course. 9 below is pretty frigid for a kickoff temperature. Seattle versus Minnesota. This was the one played at TCF Bank because the Metrodome came down, the roof collapsed. Remember that iconic video of the Metrodome roof collapsing? So the Vikings were playing at the Gophers Stadium, 6 degrees below zero. It was 25 below. The wind, New York Giants versus Green Bay in 2008, 4 below at kickoff, 26 below the wind chill. And then Chicago versus Minnesota, 1972. Minnesota is in a lot of these games, 26 degrees below zero when you factor in the wind. All right. So enough about the football game now. It is going to be cold. That's going to be one to watch. If you're a Dolphins fan or a Chiefs fan, hit that thumbs up button. Let me know who you're rooting for this weekend. Wildcard weekend is upon us. There's the return of the cold. And again, this is by far the coldest air of the season. 2 degrees below zero in Bismarck by Thursday morning. Watch the cold blast in. Here is our system right in through here. You see the warmth surging out ahead of it, and then the cold diving down. I'll show you the actual model of this system coming up in just a second here. But look at the cold just ramp in. There's 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. These are actual air temperatures, by the way. 21 degrees below zero in Billings, 9 below in Bismarck, 11 below in Rapid City, and the cold air just continues to arrive and reinforce. There's 11 o'clock on Sunday. Really cold, 5 degrees below zero in Chicago. It's 15 above in Detroit. As really the cold air is coming in like this, right on smack dab from the Arctic. So some really nasty stuff. If you are a fan of the colder air, it's here. And again, I think we're going to transition into this much colder time through the middle of January. If you've been following our videos, we've been talking about that it'd be a warmer start, like it has been, and then the cold comes in, knocking on the door in mid-January. I know, it's not going out on much of a limb, but all of the oscillations and all of the patterns, again, suggested that we would finally be able to knock down the door to Canada and let that colder air arrive. and there it is. And again, it could be for an extended period of time, especially in the plains. So that is something that we are going to watch going forward over the next couple of weeks. So here is the model itself, and here is our developing system. There is the European. This is going to be on Friday now, on the 12th of January. Some snow coming in back to Iowa, back towards Chicago again. And then this is where we can have that severe weather threat day one, kind of right in here. And I'll break down the severe weather maps in just 1 second. Again, there's a lot going on with this system. Once again, we're getting into that time that things are just super, super active. Let me move my L. That is where we are watching the center of low pressure now, kind of right up, rolling through St. Louis. So that means, again, northwest side of the low, 100 to 250 miles. That's where you want to be for the heaviest snow. So Green Bay, just to the south of the Twin Cities, closer to Rochester, Minnesota. Looks like we are game on for a pretty nice snowstorm. We could use the snow again in the upper Midwest, and then that thing really just ramps up. Now, the main severe weather threat as that cold front slides in is going to be right on in through here, and I'll show you the risk area. But no, on the trailing end, another round of snow potential comes in for the second half of the weekend. So your severe weather threat for Thursday focused in on the deep south, southern plains, Texas, Louisiana, parts of Arkansas, extreme southeast Oklahoma. We're in that level 2 out of 5 right now. That's slight risk for severe weather. So heads up, places like Lake Charles into DeRidder, New Orleans. Again, we're in that Shreveport, Jackson, Mississippi, Dallas, Houston. We are in that severe weather risk as well. The higher probabilities are going to be on the northern suburbs of Houston. The bigger severe weather day looks like it's coming again on Friday. This setup really looks very similar. At least this map here looks very similar to the severe weather we just came out of. The one thing is this upper low, which I will show you in 1 second, and why the risk area is a little bit different, is kind of lifting up towards the Great Lakes a little faster. So that would put the worst of the weather kind of like right in here where that enhanced risk is, that level 3 out of 5, places like Montgomery, Alabama, into Albany, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, into Columbia, South Carolina, up to about Raleigh as well. The Florida Peninsula also still included in this. Notice, though, we have that green area. It's that marginal risk, 1 out of 5. The other day, we had that enhanced risk in play where we had all those tornado warnings. We had the destructive tornadoes in the Panhandle. The risk area is a little bit lower, again, because of what is happening with the upper low. So here's the upper low. We're bouncing all over the place. Again, there is a lot to kind of dissect with these systems, the cold, the severe potential, the snow. We got you covered right here, though. There is the upper low, right on through there. Watch how it kind of swings. So it's starting to already swing past the deep south and then kind of lift right on in here. Notice it's kind of sliding back up into the Great Lakes. So the best atmospheric dynamics for any kind of severe potential is going to be sliding up right through here. Notice how we have these lines like that, and then over in this direction as well. So it's going to be right on in here. You're always looking to the south and east there at the base of that trough for the highest wind shear, the highest atmospheric dynamics, given that the environment is favorable. And again, we're going to be on the east side of that surface low at that time, the warm sector. We're going to be lifting all of that warm, humid air to kind of set the stage there for the potential for some severe weather as we move into Thursday first and then to a more potentially significant round on Friday. We're going to keep up on this and keep up on that forecast, that crazy forecast in Kansas City for the Dolphins and Chiefs. Again, one of the best weekends of the year, Wildcard weekend if you're a football fan. Post in the comments who you are rooting for. Post what the weather's doing, where you're watching from, and we will catch you next time.